Hello everyone, this is Amythyss and welcome to this new video. Today we have a little bit of a small build. Actually, it's not exactly small, it's more like, it's, well, I would say it's more of a renovation than a build because I'm gonna be honest, this house in particular was not such a big problem. I mean, it looked fairly modern, and I liked to keep it intact in the as in the same shape roughly. So it's basically mostly an interior, and I believe that I do a little bit of tweaks walls wise, and I mean to be honest, I just did, but also um like what is it that I'm trying to do? I do I do some external changes. For example, I removed the honestly pretty crappy. Um, can I say crappy? I don't know. Whatever. Too late. I removed the garage because, in my opinion, it made no sense. So there are a few changes to the outside, as I'm sure you guys can also notice right now. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm quite satisfied with how this build turned out. I think that it it actually looks much better than at the beginning, and I don't know. I think that this house lends itself very nicely to what it is that I was trying to do, and also I noticed that there is a plant in front of the door. I have no idea why the developers thought that it was a good idea. Like, why would you place a plant in front of the door? How do Sims get through it? I don't know. And I don't care, to be honest. But I removed it anyway. And here I'm trying to do the exterior. I'm trying to give it a good, nice, modern facade. And honestly, I wanted to not make everything white. I wanted to keep a little bit of the original inside. So, like, for example, the columns don't change completely. They don't become completely white. I just modernize them a little bit so that they look a little bit more luxurious. And you will see it right now. They do look better, in my opinion. And also, I personally hate the floor plan. I don't think that there is anything better that could be done, but I absolutely hate the floor plan. And this door going outside to me made no sense. Like, it's an entrance. You don't want to have the entrance to the balcony so close. At least I personally wouldn't. And so yeah, I decided to remove it and add a door. And yeah, honestly speaking, this door doesn't last very long because I don't know. I guess symmetry a little bit. I hated the fact that it wasn't centered, and of course, glass walls. Of course, right? You are on my channel. Of course, there are glass walls, and I always hate this part where I try to find a window that matches the height and it ends up being the same once over and over. I so wish the Sims allowed us to like decide the height of the windows because I'm gonna be honest, this problem would be so simple otherwise. So well, I decided to go with these windows again. Like it's really not nothing new. And this time I decided to go with this pretty simple tile. This house, um, I don't know how to explain it. I wanted something modern because I mean I'm trying to renovate the entire Sunset Valley, but at the same time I also wanted something that matched the original aesthetic. So something that was a little bit more rustic, a little bit more on the brown tones, not everything white. and well, I guess gray. So yeah, basically you will see brown a little bit often. I guess not as often as initially, but more often. Also, um, yeah, I did remove the tower, the bedroom in the tower, and personally, I'm happy of removing it. Like, the tower is still there. It's just not a room. I thought that having a room there was, I don't know, not even private. Like, I don't think that in real life I would make a bedroom there personally. Like, what? Straight up the entrance in a bedroom? Like, like, why would you do it? And yeah, now this area personally I love. I love this area. It's I guess rather unique. I don't generally place televisions diagonally. I I think that the Sims is built barely for diagonal stuff. Like diagonal walls are a nightmare to deal with. Diagonal televisions are well, they work, but they feel out of place because most of the game is grids and like um, how do you say it? Uh, well, not diagonal. But I thought in this case it actually did fit. Like everything is diagonal here, so I may as well make the television diagonal and actually use the space properly. And the kitchen, sorry, not the kitchen, the dining room. Honestly speaking, I think that this dining room is. I don't know. I don't like having the dining room here. I think this would have been better as a large living room, but at the same time, I had absolutely no idea where to put the dining room. Like, there is no good place to put the dining room without redoing completely the floor plan. And I was like, no. I wanted this house to look modern, but I wanted to keep its characteristics. So, like, I ended up just placing the table there and a painting it so that it doesn't look as boring. And I absolutely love what I did lighting wise with this section. I think that it looks great, like very moody. I think I would absolutely watch a movie in this case during the night. Maybe turn off a couple lights, maybe, because I don't know, the lights near the television don't feel right, but still, why not? And yeah, here I'm trying to decide a wall. I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily like the white color, so I decided to just replace it with a little bit of the wood from outside. Oh, and here is the reason I hated the floor plan. I hate the fact that the corridor does that. And I wanted to make it bigger. I wanted to make it look less like the rooms are just there. But I guess that instead I decided, okay, let's give it a moment. Let's go to the toilet instead. And this is, I think, the first time I put a toilet and washing machines. And spoiler alert, not so much, no. The washing machines end up being dirty. As in, I may here, yeah, here. I end up making them both look dirty because, I guess that this is a little bit of a no, not lower income housing, more like more rustic. So it can be that these people are don't exactly care about cleaning up their washing machines because it works and so on. And so yeah, I guess that this is the story that I'm giving it. And I think it fits nicely. I would expect some not the top cleaned washing machines and dryers in a house that is half rustic. Like, now I don't exactly remember how much the house ends up costing, but I think it is like mid, like I think that it ends up looking better, but still respecting roughly the same cost of the original. Like I'm really not making many changes, I think, and maybe if anything, at some point the price drops because I'm removing some stuff. I don't know, to be honest. I'm actually talking out of my own behind because, frankly speaking, I do not remember and I have no idea if the price actually dropped. But the idea is that the house is like mid low income. Like, yes, it is in a nice area and yes, it overlooks the ocean, but inside it is very much rustic and I don't know, kind of average, I would say. Like, I don't know if I explain myself correctly. Like, yeah, I guess I do. Like, the idea is a nice house. But furnitures are a little bit on the low end because the family spent a lot more on the house than the furniture. And yeah, sure, maybe that is not exactly the truth because there is a big mirror right there. But yeah, that is what I had in mind at least. And also, I absolutely hated this bathtub. I love the tub, don't get me wrong, but I spent a good amount of time here trying to get the color to match, and in the end, I believe I do something completely different. I believe, I believe that I do. I end up making it look, I guess, a little bit more luxurious, but it's like that fake luxurious. Like, yeah, it looks luxurious, but it really isn't. And yeah, this is the case. Like, yeah, it looks luxurious, but it really is not. And also, I have no idea why one of those lights um, was closer to the door than the other light, and I was like, huh? Okay, that bugs me. And so I decided to move it away. And I believe that this build, when it comes to the inside, is actually almost done. Like, I believe that the inside really didn't need much in terms of renovation, except for the living room area. Like, after the living room area, the bedrooms were pretty okay. And I mean, I guess that it's pretty hard to mess up bedrooms. And yeah, here I was trying to get uh, well, to make the balcony glassy, but then I noticed, I realized this looks weird. So I decided to keep it in front of the doors because, spoiler alert, I do a little bit more with the outside, as in the ground outside. I make it I don't know, maybe a little bit dangerous, but at the same time, I would say it looks okay. I really would say at the end of the day, it looks okay, it looks fine, it looks acceptable. And here I was trying to pretty much do anything with the balcony, like because of this shape, the balcony doesn't really lend itself too much, in my opinion. So I decided, okay, let's just have some nice seating, a little small garden, a chair nearby in case you just, I don't know, wanted to sit there and look at the plants or so. And then let's just get this over with. Like, to be honest, this is the one part that I wish I decided to change. But also, I didn't really have any idea about how to change it. Like, I wanted to keep the same shape, but yeah, it doesn't exactly lend itself. And oh yeah, now I go to the to the roof. I'm gonna be honest here. The roof is. I don't think it is one of my best works. I don't think it is my best work when it comes to the roof. Like, yes, it's good, but also not quite the best, I think. Like, it is interesting, but there isn't really much I can do with it. And I end up doing something that I'm gonna be honest, during the screenshots I regretted terribly. And you will see in a moment, and I will explain it during the video. This placing the roofs for some reason had it had them go through the ceiling, and you cannot notice it in the video, but in these screenshots you may notice, or at least I think I tried to hide it, but yeah, I absolutely despise how I placed the roofs and they went through the ceiling. I don't know why. I don't know why it happened. I don't know how to solve it, but it made it so hard to actually make the screenshots. I don't even know how to explain it. It was horrible. But here is what I was talking about before, about doing some work with the terrain outside. It's nothing much, in my opinion, like just adding a little bit of, not even greenery, just making it more interesting than it just being flat. I mean, I guess I guess it being flat maybe makes sense at some to some people, but to me it was well kind of boring, honestly. And I tried to add some details because I mean, come on, it's basically built on a cliff. Let's make this interesting. Why is there a cliff? And can we add something more than just grass? So I decided to make a tiny pond and also try to add some cattails because I almost never use cattails. I'm gonna be honest, I almost never use them. But in this case, I was like, this is fine.